Happy Taylor Day.
I'm Taylor.
Happy Taylor Day, Taylor.
Oh my gosh. Hello,
Can you even
everyone.
believe? Can you even believe?
No. No. I'm like, dude, I've been looking forward to this day. Like in my head, I've been thinking like January 18th over and over. And the fact that it's today just feels like so surreal. Like it doesn't feel real, you know? Like,
Yeah.
oh boy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at
The
everybody.
people are very happy.
I'm literally gonna cry. Ooh, I'm cool. I'm gonna be cool. Oh
We
my
should have
god.
created a bingo card for this launch, and it should have 3 of the ones should have been Taylor cries.
3 of them, yes. Oh my gosh, Tommy. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm totally not crying. I'm actually totally not. No, I'm fine.
The people love you.
I love you guys too. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
here's my first question for you.
Whew. Yes,
How are you feeling today?
Overwhelmed. I mean, Cody asked me this question earlier this morning too, and I was like, honestly, I just feel more relieved than anything because it's done. Like there's no going back. I can't change anything. I can't take backsies. Like it's done.
Yeah.
And I think all of the build up and the 4 years that I spent tormenting myself with this book, it's just so relieving till it's like a weight off of my shoulders. It's like it's done, you know, like I don't have to stress about it. Honey, do you want to come say hi, or are you gonna growl at the people outside?
To be clear, Honey is her dog, not her husband.
Yes. Honey.
Why are you growling at people?
Oh, it's so sweet of you guys. Oh, thank you. But it feels relieving and it feels overwhelming, and I'm pretty like, I feel like I'm in shock, like just in a state of shock, and just,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just am like, I have no idea, dude. Like I'm just here experiencing the moment, and it's a book that I'm really proud of. And so I don't know. I'm just more excited for people to read it, and for those people to like start telling me how they're feeling and how excited they are and that type of stuff. But yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. How is this launch different from the first book launch? Because I know it looks very different.
It does. I mean, for Venture Below, I was still at home in Indiana. I had more of like an in-person community, and then they like threw me a surprise launch day party, which was so cute, and they all had like little copies of their books, and I signed it and like read some passages, which I'd love to do that today too. But so it was just different in that degree. But then also, like I talked about it in my release day video, I felt this weight of like disappointment, and like I didn't, like, I don't know, my brain just wasn't like, oh, this is an accomplishment, this is a success, or however it is. And I'm really fighting that today, and I'm trying to be like, no, like I did it, like I'm being proud of myself, like this was a hard thing to do, and trying to give myself that credit for it. And I feel more excited about this release, I think, because of how hard I had to work for it. And Venture Below was just like I don't think I realized the gravity of what I was doing when I hit publish. And I just was like, oh,
Yeah.
like this is what you do when you write a book, right? You just hit publish, right? And then it was like, oh, after the fact, I realized, no, this is like a long process. And, you know, I don't know. It was a different experience, that's for sure. And I feel more prepared this time around emotionally, I think. And I'm trying to relax. I'm trying to like sit back and be like, okay, Taylor, it's okay if you don't write today. It's okay if you just like can have a day where you celebrate and you chill and not listen to the little voice in your head that's telling you otherwise. Like you can relax. And yeah, it's a lot different this time around, that's for sure.
Yeah. I think it's so important to remember that of all the billions of people in the world, a lot of them want to write a book. Very few of them ever write a book.
Yeah.
The tiniest percentage of people who ever write a book ever publish a book. You are
Yeah.
like eons ahead of so many because you persisted. You
Yeah.
worked hard even when it was difficult, even when resistance and even when the voice in your head were like, no, this isn't for
Yeah.
you. But you knew
Yeah.
it was for you. And you
Yeah.
did this.
That's really nice. Thank you. And it's one of those, like, I have to tell myself that too and believe it, you know, because I don't know. It's a weird thing. I don't know if anybody else like has that in their head where you have such like high expectations for yourself. So when you meet them, even if it's, you know, like it's never going to look like the way you imagine it in your head ever. Like that's just reality. But I think when like I meet that goal, when I meet that thing where I'm like, oh, I did hit publish, my brain is like, okay, cool, but like, is it really good enough? Like, did you though? Like, it was on your to-do list. Like, what are we doing? And I'm like, no, like this is cool. This is like awesome. Like, stop. Like, believe that it's a huge accomplishment, you know? So it's been a process, but I'm
Yeah.
learning to celebrate.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. And how did you celebrate today? What did you go do?
I went to work. Thank you, everybody.
Should have called out of work. Should have called out of work.
Oh,
Me and
it's
Cody
fine.
she texted us this morning and me and Cody were like, why are you at work?
I was like, it's fine, it's fine. I woke up at 4 a.m. and was so excited. I like had to check that it was on the Amazon shop and everything was working well. And I was telling you earlier that I got like so sucked into reading my book on Kindle Unlimited that I like had a moment I forgot it was my book. And I got to chapter 4 at 4 a.m. I just was like reading. I was like, oh my God. And I was like, hold on. I know what happens. Like, I know I wrote the damn thing. Like, what am I doing right now? So I had to like stop myself. But I had that moment. I went to get a little coffee. I will spoil and tell you guys it's really gross. And then I went to a little library and I picked up 2 books. And then later today, Trevor and I are going to go to dinner. And that's about it. Yeah.
I love it. I'm literally so excited for you. I'm so proud, even though I had nothing to do with it. Like, I'm just proud. I'm so excited for you.
Oh.
All right, read the comments. People are saying nice
Okay.
things.
I know. Okay, I'll start up here. Oh, Ian! He said he stayed up until midnight to buy it.
Ian, I didn't even do that. I stayed up I slept until 8 a.m. and then I was like, now I'll buy it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Taylor, Natalie, congratulations. Trevor is so proud. Immediately, he was like, do you have the link so I can share this on Facebook? How do I send this to my family? Where do I do this? And like, his mom also is the sweetest. And every time, like, he calls him every other day too. He's like, that son, he's just so awesome. And she's like, oh, how's Taylor's book coming along? Because she's so supportive and like she loved the first one and has been like on me like, hey, when's the second one coming out? Like I really liked the first one. So
that's so sweet.
no, literally, it's so nice. Hard work pays off. You deserve to celebrate and have fun. Yes, yay statistics.
Because percentages of people who publish books.
Oh.
You're like, what?
I was like, oh, okay, cool. We know how much you toiled for this. Yes, it is awesome for all of us to get to finally see the product of that work. Yeah. That's me. I want to start but have no idea. That's why I found you both, to give me inspiration. Oh,
Thanks, Janice.
I have those feelings like almost every day at this point. Yeah, it's hard, but you have to fight them. Literally, you can't give up, and you got to fight against those negative thoughts. Saturday working babes, heck yeah, and I'm gonna work tomorrow. Such a big achievement. I got an Amazon notification saying your new book just dropped, and I grinned. Oh no, not like a loser. That's so cute.
That's so
Oh my
sweet.
God. Oh, you are a great friend, dude. Don't
Thanks,
fuck
Rick.
me. Treat yourself. Oh my gosh, yeah. It turns out it's bad.
The champagne that you bought?
Yeah, we're gonna pretend I didn't do that. Hello. I feel like when you read it, no, literally. I literally forgot it was my book and I was like, oh. I'm usually a silent viewer, but I'm currently reading chapter 8 and I love it so much. Oh my gosh. Venture Beyond or Venture Below. Either way, I love that. And thank you so much for reading. Copy badge, G-Man.
Just gotta get more.
That's it.
Just
exactly.
Gotta get more.
I'm gonna, when we go have dinner tonight, I'm gonna get a fun drink. Don't worry, guys. It's gonna be a good time.
Trevor's driving. You get as much as you want.
Exactly. Yes, that's true. I got a notification as well on Amazon. Oh, I didn't know that happens. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. Yay! That's the first person I've seen that's like, I'm actively reading Venture Beyond. Oh my gosh, I hope you love it. It's my favorite thing, honestly. I love Venture Beyond.
Hey, now that we're almost 12 minutes in, should we discuss what this is going to look like today's stream?
What?
What today's stream is going to look like? What we're going to do?
Oh, yeah. What is it going to look like, Natalie?
I'm going to ask some questions. Taylor's going to answer them. If you guys have questions, leave them in the chat. We'll ask more. I'm going to make Tay read some passages from the book. And then we're going to hang up on our little FaceTime buddies call here.
Yep. Awesome.
Should we start with you reading a little bit?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, totally. I'm cool with that. I've got it right here. Don't worry. Don't stress. Yeah. Here she is.
I'm gonna minimize myself so that you can have the floor. How do I even
Can you do that? Do I have to do that?
You have to do that.
Oh. I don't want to be big. No. Wait. Where'd you go? Natalie? Don't leave.
But you're the star.
Stay here. What do I read? What do I do? You're my friend. You have to help me.
Read the prologue.
Oh, you want me to read the prologue? Well,
oh yeah.
Do you guys know what this is about? Yeah. Everybody knows.
Maybe they don't.
Well,
maybe you tell them.
Venture Below is the first book, and Venture Beyond is the second book. This follows Princess Adelaide. Her father, the king, was assassinated. Her mom could give a frick. And she's evil. The queen is evil, and we hate her. She's the worst.
She's the worst.
And there's a rebellion against the queen. And book 2 is all about the rebellion and the leader of the rebellion, Riley. And she is my favorite character to ever exist, and I love her so much. And yes, don't leave me, Natalie. Don't leave. We're venturing beyond.
No, this Natalie. You.
Okay. Also, fun fact, everyone. Natalie, we co-wrote this together. This blurb right here.
She did most of the work. I helped write the blurb.
I feel like that's the opposite. I feel like you wrote most of it, and I just was like, yeah, that's great. Like, let's do it.
No, it's your content that I'm streamlined to make sense.
That's fair.
All right, give us a little prologue action.
Okay, so I'm going to read the prologue. It is a spoiler. What?
Wait. Elizabeth said, read the beginning of both. I love comparing. That could be so fun.
I hate reading Venture Below.
Can you read the prologue from Venture Below?
Fun fact, Venture Below doesn't have a prologue.
Oh, dang. You're right. Okay. Why don't you read the first little bit?
The first little bit of this one?
Yeah.
Okay, I can read. There's like a scene break. I can read up until then.
Let's do it.
We like that vibe. Also, my book got water damaged, so we don't talk about it. I have to order so many new copies, but yeah, this one got wrecked, dude. My dog hopped on the table and spilt water on it, so.
Should I read along?
Yeah, if you have your copy of Venture Below, let's read
Everyone
together.
Open to chapter 1.
We are reading Venture Below's first section. Okay, this is so nerve-wracking. Oh my god. I kind of love and hate this at the same time. Chapter 1. I'm just kidding. Okay. This life was built for me since before my birth. I never asked for it. In fact, I never even wanted it. But from what I've learned of life, you have no say in your destiny. Princess Adelaide, the queen's shrill voice echoed in my ears. If only you would live up to that name. I was staring at the floor below, refusing to meet her gaze. Most people that stood in the queen's chambers would consider it an honor, but I knew that being in her presence meant enduring her rage. Look at me when I'm speaking to you. Her tone shook me to my core. I slowly scanned her cold green eyes. They were filled to the brim with heavy disappointment. Her raven-like eyebrows pulled together, and her lips were set in a tight, judgmental line. Upholding an image like ours comes with great responsibility, yet you walk around acting as if our traditions and way of life mean nothing to you. The queen's voice trailed off as her eyes left mine. Your Highness, I apologize. She slammed her fist on the armrest of her throne and lunged forward at me. Her eyes bulged as her face turned bright red. Do not patronize me. The volume in her words began to rise, deafening any other sound. You've said that before, and I will not hear it again. I promise if you do anything to risk my reputation, I will end you. She sat up on the edge of her throne, slowly flattening the skirt of her gown and settling in as if she hadn't just threatened me. Do I make myself clear? I nodded slowly and bowed before her. I'm not done with you yet. She stood, walking towards me. The plane of Hollow is sacred. The next time you come face to face with it, I will unleash its true power on you. She was inches from me. I had no choice but to look deep into her eyes, reflecting the same color as mine. Sneaking into the sanctuary was an act of pure rebellion, and I do not tolerate rebellion in the walls of this castle. You should be begging at my feet to spare the life of that poor boy you were with. My heart leaped, and every part of me went stiff. Her hand gripped my shoulder firmly as she said, No need to get tense. I'll let him live. For now. I was biting my tongue, forcing myself to respect the treacherous snake before me. She lifted her hand to my face and firmly yanked my chin up to meet her gaze. Never see him again, she demanded. Her eyes were buzzing with fury. The rage coursing through me made every bone in my body want to destroy whatever life there was inside her. I took a step back, releasing myself from her hold and bowing once again. I glanced up at her, waiting for her to excuse me. She studied me for a moment before releasing her hand, shooing me away. I turned on the balls of my feet and walked out of the dark room as quickly as possible.
Okay, scene one.
Me?
People in the comments want to know if we can throw the queen off a cliff. So,
dude,
I mean, if we're taking votes, I am also here.
Chapter 4, anybody who's read Venture Below? Chapter 4? Taryn? Anybody? R.I.P.
Oh goodness. Okay, should we go straight to your prologue, or do you want to answer a question first? Since you're streaming, what do you want?
Maybe we answer some questions because I just read, and I feel shaky because I just read.
You did a great job. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay, once again, if y'all have questions, put them in the chat. But I have some here that I can ask. I know for now it hits so hard. Hey, let's take it back to the beginning. What inspired this whole series?
Oh, girl. Okay, so I first wrote, I came up with the conception of this book when I was in 8th grade. And I wrote the first version of this. It was called Powerful, I'm pretty sure. And I wrote it. It was trash because an 8th grade wrote it. An 8th grader wrote it, but I mean, it had the makings of a good book, and I reread it because I had printed it out, and I reread it, I think when I was 20, and I was like, oh my God, this is I mean, the writing was horrible, but the storyline, the beats and where it was going, I was like, this could actually be really good. And I was like, what if I rewrote this and turned it into something? And then in my senior year of high school, I wrote the first version of Venture Beyond, which was originally called Hollow, for my senior year writing assignment. And my brain clicked at the same time I reread it when I was 20. I was like, what if I take that book I wrote my senior year and the book I wrote 8th grade and I make them a series? And I just have to tweak a couple things to make it work. And that is what this is. And that honestly is why I struggled the first few years with writing this book, is because I tried so hard to keep it to the original. And I realized there were characters from that first version called Hollow that I wanted to keep, and scenes and It's weird how much of it is the same, but how much is so different from that version now. And I was like, you know what? I just got to kill my darlings, and I have to like let that be what it was and use it as inspiration. So honestly, I wrote Venture Below in a time when I was reading books to escape, and so that made me write the books to escape. And I pretty much wrote the story that I like needed when I first wrote it, and then when I was 20 I rewrote it kind of for her and for that version of me. And so that I think reflects a lot of who Adelaide was at that time, was who I was when I was writing it, and Riley was definitely me in high school. Like, she is who I wanted to be, and I like to think who I am now. So
Full of rage, full of sass.
yeah, that's exactly it. Also, I saw Cody was here. I saw Cody. Hold on.
Cody's here.
Oh, hey! Oh my gosh, stop. Okay, wait.
Would you like to plug Cody's video?
Yes, you guys. Okay, I like this one. You guys. No, wait. Actually, wait. I like this one. Wait. There we go. Me and Cody have a collaboration together. Oh my gosh, she froze. Did I freeze?
No,
Okay.
I'm here. I'm good.
Okay. So me and Cody have a video coming live. It's going to be on his channel, and it's basically a little author interview, and it was so much fun to film, and it's very sweet, and we talk all about what I was just mentioning and like the conception of Venture Below and some more questions about where the series is going, and it's just so much fun. And that's going live, I'm pretty sure, on Monday, Cody. I'm pretty sure. So make sure you subscribe to Cody's channel and also Natalie's channel and everybody else's channel, because they're all incredible. Amazing. Slay Queen. I love these comments. Iconic. Little dude, that's what makes me cry, is picturing like the 13-year-old me that like needed this book and being like, hey, look at this. Like, now it's a thing and people are reading it, and this is what I would have wanted to read, you know? Like, it's just
Do you
so
want to
cool.
share the dedication to this book?
Yes. Of course I do. Okay. So this dedication is dedicated to the past versions of me that never thought a future like this was possible. R.I.P. Just gonna cry.
That slaps. That slaps so good.
It hit me in like the middle of the night, and I was like, ah, that's so sad. I was like, oh my god.
I love it.
I know, she really would be the first stop of the press tour.
Yes.
Yes, Monday. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Go turn post notifications on, you guys. I love Bessie support. No, it's literally so wholesome and sweet. Like, I will actually cry. Okay. I'm so excited for the interview. It's on my calendar. Crying. Yep. Aw, that is so cute. Oh my god. Yep. Anyway,
She's tearing up. Scratch it off your bingo cards.
I'm cool. I'm fine, bro. I'm fine.
Okay, I got a question for you about the second book.
Ooh.
Are there any scenes that made you cry while you were writing them? And please be specific.
Yes. There's one scene. I can be specific, actually. Hold on.
I don't have my physical copy yet. I can't flip with you. It's coming on Wednesday.
Very soon. It's to the point where like I've looked at Venture Below so like much that I can open it to an exact scene. I'm not there yet with Venture Beyond, but I will be. There's a scene where Riley, our main character, is saying goodbye basically to the life that she had and to some people that matter a lot to her. And I actually started tearing up when she had to like say goodbye to this past version of herself. And I, again, like looking back right now, I'm like, oh, that's probably very symbolic to, you know, who I was at 18 and having to like say goodbye to this past version of myself and becoming like who I really am, you know? It's just really beautiful. The scene, I don't know if it's like that hard hitting. Cody did say he almost cried when reading it though. So maybe. It's in, I think, chapter 16. Chapter 17. Nope. Aha. Page 125 of the physical copy. It's in chapter 15 at the very end. It's very sad, but very sweet and wholesome. And then also, I think the very, very end. like the very end chapter. I wouldn't say the epilogue. The epilogue makes me more como se dice, upset, mad, a little angry.
Inducing.
Yeah.
Stressed.
Stressed, depressed, anxious. But I think just the final image of the last chapter, I think is what makes me like feel like, oh my God, what is happening right now, bro? But I know. But so I'm like, I'm fine, I won't cry. But I feel like some people might.
So I know that you wrote basically the last half of the book, 40,000 words in 3 days or whatever crazy amount. Can you show us what that looks like in the book? Like the amount that you wrote in one weekend, basically?
Yes. It was... No, I think it was
and if you all haven't watched that video of hers, 40,000 words in 3 days, she wrote that much of the book in 3 days.
Yeah. 3.5 days, I wrote 30,000 words.
She's insane. Y'all, she's insane.
It was so fun and chaotic, but honestly, I love it so much. It's so cool.
Okay, so which new character, new as in was not in the previous book, was the easiest to write, and which one was the hardest to write?
Okay, I would say the easiest to write is the love interest in this book. He was very easy to write because I knew what characteristics I wanted him to have. I wanted him to be a very protective but supportive of independence man, and he's very let's Riley do her thing for sure, but also steps in and like has this kind of abrasive like, this is mine, but also lets her be her. And I love him so much. And I would say the hardest to write, the hardest new character. I don't know if any of them were hard. I would say maybe like I didn't have that much fun writing would be a king from one of the other kingdoms. It's like the first new kingdom we see. It's called Balmoral. I wasn't that big. I mean, it wasn't hard, but I just didn't really like him. Like, he's kind of a douchebag, but like, it's fine.
He's a terrible human being.
Yeah. I don't like the guy from Balmoral. I really like the king from Onrix. I just can see it so vividly. And then the king from Aldmore, which is like our fancy kingdom. He was fine. But both of them I kind of feel like about. There's a queen from the fancy kingdom that I really loved that I feel like was pretty easy for me to write. Yeah.
Here's a question. So Annie asked, do you base your characters on real people? And as an extension, I want to ask you to tell the people what the love interest, what actor that is based off of.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, everything started glitching out. But yes, I will say that, okay, the actor that Alex, my love interest, is based off of is Henry Cavill. From, what movie is it from? What movie is that from?
All of them? Oh, he's so pretty.
No, there's one specific movie that he's in, and something Tristan. Oh boy, it's right there on the tip of my tongue. But it's one like where he's like in medieval like garb and like his hair is like kind of long and he's got braids and like Anyway, yeah, that's who Alex is in my head.
But do you base your characters on real people?
Sometimes. I think I find it easier to base secondary characters off of real people. I think it's a little bit harder to base main characters off of because I will attach too much of them, like the real person in the character, you know? And so if I have to do something to them, give them a flaw, and I like the person, I'll feel bad. But yeah, no, there's definitely some characters that are based off of real people.
Janice met Henry Cavill. I'm gonna cry.
And you're still living?
He's so pretty.
I would be deceased.
I would be dead. I would be dead.
Yes. Please visualize him. I have to, it's Tristan and Isidol. Somebody help me.
Tristan and Isolde?
Maybe. I know it has like James Franco in it. It's so, we don't talk about that part. But like specifically him in that movie, like that is Alex. Like, exactly. Like, I could never have character art of him, I feel, because like it's just him. Like, it's just that's it. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, very real. I still can't believe. Oh, I'm sure he was.
I love it.
I'm sure he was. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Felicity knows what I'm talking about.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I've always pronounced it Isolde, but I don't know if that's
Isolde.
actually how you say it.
I just keep that in my head. I don't think I've ever pronounced that out loud.
I know it's like an old legend. I've never actually seen the movie, but now that I know that he's in it, I will watch it, despite the fact that a Franco brother is in it. I will still watch it.
Yeah, I know. I haven't watched the movie, but I just know the images I found on Pinterest are from that movie. Yeah, The Witcher, we won't go down that rabbit hole.
I don't want to talk about it. Okay.
That's so crazy. Wow. Well, first of all, you're amazing. And second of all, that's so cool that you got to experience that. Oh, what up? Hello. Thank you so much.
Do you want to talk about indie publishing for a minute?
Oh my gosh, I would love to.
Yeah. So what is indie publishing like? What is the hardest part? What's the best part?
Okay. I would say the best part is all of the autonomy that I have. I get to control every detail of the book. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all of it has my little grubby fingers on it, and I don't have to worry about not liking the cover. I don't have to worry about not liking the back of the book or how certain things are done. And I really like that aspect of indie publishing. The difficult sides of it is that you do have to do all of it yourself. And I mean, even with traditional publishing, like a lot of the marketing relies on you. So it's like that's across the board. I think just being an author is marketing your book is a very difficult thing to do sometimes, most times, all the time. And then also just the weight of knowing it is all on you in like indie publishing is like, it's all on me. Like, I don't have a contract with somebody who's paid to make sure that this is going to be successful in the market or whatever. And even going to bookstores and trying to pitch your book and stuff, it can be really like nerve-wracking. I actually spoke with a bookstore in this area, and I'm going to do an author event on the 22nd, and Natalie is going to join me.
I'm going to be there.
And I'm going to vlog the whole experience. I don't think I'll say much more about it until then, but yeah, I'm very excited and nervous because it's all going to be just my books, where the last one that I went to was like a bunch of other authors. Like, there were like 20 other authors there. So it was a lot less, you know, intimidating. And this time it's going to be just me with my little books. But I'm excited about it. So yeah, it's going to be very cool.
It's very exciting. Yeah. What have you found the most success in marketing? Like, what marketing techniques work for you, and would you recommend to other indie authors or tripod authors, to be honest?
Yeah, I don't I don't really know. I mean, just I think the biggest thing with marketing in general, and even just succeeding on a platform, is consistency, which is a very hard thing. Like, even it's like sometimes it's like pulling teeth because you don't want to be on all the time, and even like editing your work. And it's like you may think, if you're on the outside, like, oh, hitting post on something isn't that big of like a thing, but like sometimes it can weigh you down, and it's just like draining even a little bit at a time. So when you have to do it so constantly, it can be a lot. But I mean, once I've worked that muscle enough, I'm pretty used to it. I think TikTok, RIP, was a really good space to post because it was so easy. Like, I would post these stupid lip sync videos, or just like whatever's trending, I would just film it in like one day and get it done. And I think I found a good like little base of people. I don't think I reached a lot of people, but I think I found people who do read indie books. And then posting more on Instagram as well. And then here on YouTube has been awesome, and just interacting with the authortube space in general and making friends and connections, and that's been incredible. I would say right now, probably authortube is the biggest like marketing win right now.
Yeah. I have a personal question for you.
Okay.
So, at what point and why did you start to market your books on authortube instead of turning from booktube? You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because
Like,
you didn't always market your books in your
no.
videos, and now you
A,
do pretty consistently.
a huge reason was because of those feelings I was talking about in that video I just posted about the release, where I felt disappointed and I low-key was ashamed of my book just because I don't feel like it lived up to my level of writing right now. Like Venture Below is a hard, like I feel very like sensitive about it because I want to change so much about it. So it's very hard for me to be like, hey, read this book that I kind of hate, but I really love at the same time. Like that's just being honest. Like I love the book, but I think writing wise, like there's so much I want to change and make better. And I just know I just know that about myself. Like I'm always going to feel that way because that's like who I am and I'll always want to make it perfect. And so I think I just had this moment where I was like, what am I doing? Like somebody's gonna love this book. Like there's gonna be people that I find that are gonna like engage with this story and understand it and not even notice the things that I find wrong with it and look past it. And just the same way that there's gonna be people that don't like it. Like there's no such thing as a perfect book. And that's I had to start living that truth out and not just like knowing it. I had to actually be like, no, I'm gonna start mentioning it. And I think it was also this feeling of I don't want people to feel obligated to buy it, you know, like I just want people to read it. Like even if it's on KU, like I literally don't care if I don't make a cent. Like I just want people to read my story because I love it. Like I just love my story and I want other people to
Yeah.
feel for these characters in this world and stuff. And yeah, I genuinely don't care if I never make a cent off of my books. Like I think it's just really cool. And I, as much as I say that, like I need the income from it to keep doing it, you know, like in order
Yeah,
to like
yeah.
get an editor, get a form. So there's the logistical side of it, but my heart is like I just want people to read it. So yeah.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
love that. And I think Brooks said it too, but it is amazing that you are so honest and real about that. And I
Yeah.
think that makes us love you more. It makes us want to support you more.
That's so sweet. I think I find no point not to be honest about it. You know, like
Yeah.
especially when I feel like I'm walking a path that not many of us on AuthorTube have yet. Like
Mhm.
and it can feel like I don't know, like in my head I was like, oh my God, like this is my second book as an indie publisher. And I'm like, I feel that imposter syndrome of like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing my best. And also being like, I want to be real and genuine and tell people like how I'm feeling about it because it's like, who else is gonna right now? Like, I want you to
Yeah.
have your expectations set. Like, it's not always perfect and it's not always gonna be falling into place like you expect. And it's okay if you don't feel this wave of like excitement and like, you know what I mean? Because I think that's something too. Like, I felt super wrong when I felt that way. Like I was like, what's wrong with me? Like why am I not feeling ecstatic and like overjoyed? And what's like I had that like what's wrong with me moment. And I was like, oh, there's nothing wrong with me. Like it's okay to feel this way and like my feelings are valid and I can, you know, see that and be honest about it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Reputation. I love you so much. My homie. Yes. You are here.
Whenever you go
Anytime
live, she just spawns.
whenever a fellow Swiftie enters the chat, I'm like, yes, yes.
Oh, well, that leads me to what Taylor Swift song is Venture Below and which Taylor Swift song is Venture Beyond and which God, I can talk, I promise. Which Taylor Swift song is book 3?
Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna start with book 3, just so everybody can have this rotting in the back of your head for all of eternity. The Prophecy by Taylor Swift is book 3.
Sure. I don't know that song.
You should listen to it. You should listen
Okay.
to it right
Okay.
now. Pause the
Okay.
stream. Go listen to it. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. That book is very much like, yeah, that is book 3. Okay, I love so much of Taylor Swift. Okay. I would say book 2, Venture Beyond, definitely has reputation themes. I would say probably like I did something bad / like look what you made me do. Even a little bit of like don't blame me for sure. And shockingly, I re-listened to The Archer from the Lover album, which I'm not usually like a Lover album person. And I re-listened to The Archer and I realized how much it's Riley. Like that really encapsulates her and her feelings and stuff. So I was like, wow, that's really depressing. And then Venture Below kind of gives me folklore vibes. Ooh, like the one. Ugh. That, yeah, the one is very Venture Below. 7. The song title is called 7. Yeah, Venture Below is a hard one for me to pick because I feel like it's a little conflicting, you know, because I don't know if Leo would necessarily have a Taylor Swift song. But Adelaide certainly does, and that's where I think the one really fits in. It's very sad. R.I.P. Yeah.
Hi, Becca.
Ooh. No, literally, that fuels me with so much power every time I hear it because I'm literally called Taylor. My name is Taylor. So whenever I hear it,
I'm called Taylor. Yeah. It's coincidence that it's also my name.
It does something to my brain chemistry every time I hear that part of the song.
I love it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. No, for real. Go listen to The Prophecy. That'll shock you to your core. Okay. Would one of your characters be a Swiftie? If so, which one? I think Riley would strictly listen to Reputation. I don't know if she'd venture out of it. Get it? Venture? I don't know if she'd venture out of Reputation's little world or era, but I think she would listen to that on repeat for sure. Like the whole album start to finish. But an actual Swiftie? Rose. Yeah. Adelaide's sister. I feel like she would totally be down. Like, yeah. I feel like she'd have like
Thane is a secret Swiftie.
I was gonna say like Thane, like one of the guys, definitely. Thane for
secret
sure.
Secret Swiftie.
I can see his little like self when he was an assassin, just like listening, but it's actually like debut album, and he's like I was
he's like teardrops on my guitar. He's murdering someone. It's great.
Yes. Do you make public playlists? I do. I don't know if others do that, but I definitely do. I love music so much, and I have a video coming out Wednesday that is all about, I almost said the name, Venture Book 3, and I do have a playlist for that book that I will be linking for you to listen to so you can get the vibes. Also, this is such a side note, I'm mainly going to talk to Natalie right now. Dude, I found a song that is like Leo possessed this man's mind and wrote a song. Dude, I have to send it to you. I literally was listening and my jaw was on the floor. I was like, did this guy look at my bullet points for book 3 and like write a song? Like what just happened? So I have to send that to you.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Send it to me, please.
Thank you. No. Oh, I'm gonna hunt that down as soon as we're done.
That sounds delightful.
Yes. 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 Absolutely be a Swiftie. It's giving no body, no crime. Yes.
Okay. Here's my final question before you read the prologue of book 2. What are you most looking forward to in book 3?
Looking forward to in book 3?
Mm-hmm.
A certain character's death is one thing. I would say things coming out in the open and readers, like my goal is for readers to just be like, what the is happening right now? And then also when they do learn it to be like, I'm gonna burn the book. Like, girl, what just happened? Like,
and then reread the whole series to find the breadcrumbs.
Yes, because I have so many foreshadowing moments in Like, especially the first book, I go
That's my phone.
heavy
So sorry.
with the foreshadowing. Oh, you're good. Like, every chapter of a certain character's perspective is like foreshadow. I was like, how is this not obvious? Like, how are people not like? Anyway, I can't say more about it.
This is very exciting.
No, literally, I'm on my phone. I can't tell you what it's called. I can't remember what it's called. I'm so sorry. You should be. You should be.
Can you read us the prologue from book 2, which released today on Amazon and is available now on Kindle Unlimited?
Of course I can. The prologue is a little spoiler for Venture Below. So if you haven't read it yet, feel free to listen in, but just know that this is the continuation of something from Venture Below. So if you're a little lost, don't worry about it. You'll be okay. You'll get it. Okay, I'm gonna read now. This is totally not nerve-wracking.
It's great.
Okay. Prologue. Leo, in all caps. The back of my head pounded as my eyes opened to the morning light. I went to touch the source of pain, but my hands were tied with rope. I peered to the left, seeing what I'd been tied to, the well. I spat on the ground. Dried blood on the collar of my shirt scraped against my neck. The sun had just started peeking out over the trees, and I wondered how long I'd been knocked out for. All I remembered from the night before was sitting in the dark with a perfect view of the main road. A branch snapped, and I turned around to see what made the noise, only to be met with the wide eyes of Ezra. Then someone struck me from behind. I leaned my head against the stone well, a wave of rage building inside of me. I'm going to kill them. Clenching my fists, I pulled on the rope. The anger burning deep in my chest gave way to forgotten power. I twisted further and further until the rope snapped. I tugged it off and removed the ones wrapped around my legs. My hand grazed the back of my skull. It had healed, but the throbbing hadn't. I didn't have time to figure out if that was because of the blow or the feeling in my gut telling me Blue was with them, and there was only one place they'd be headed. I ran as fast as my legs could carry me, leaping over crates and wagons. I rushed past guards who yelled after me, threatening to throw me in the gallows. It wouldn't be the first time, I thought to myself. The docks quickly came into view. Rolf's ship still docked at the harbor. I went up the ramp, bounding around on the deck looking for his tall gray head. Hey, you can't be! A bald man with broken glasses stepped forward. Rolf, where is he? I spat the words, wheeling around him. I said, the short man grabbed my shoulder, you can't be here. I shoved him off. Rolf! The man kept at it. Kid, you better. Without another glance, I headed for his cabin below. Trespasser! We got a trespasser! The man called after me. I slid down the ladder, aiming straight for the captain's door. It opened before I could reach the handle. Leo? They took her. I stepped into his office, pacing behind the stained chair. Who? He slammed the door hard enough for it to snap off its hinges. Maverick and Ezra. They knocked me out, tied me to a well, and took her. I kept pacing, my hands clenching and unclenching. A pounding at the door stole a fraction of my attention. I'm going to kill them. The thought kept repeating itself over and over in my mind. Cap, there's a trespasser on board, the familiar voice bellowed. Rolf swung the door open. Teddy, this is Leo. He was on board yesterday, remember? He leaned back so the man could see me. Teddy squinted through his broken frames. Well, I'll be. Since you're here, get me another bottle of rum. Rolf glanced at me, taking in my rabid state. Make that 2. With his order, he closed the door. I've thought through the possibilities, and none of them are good. In any way I frame it, I shook my head as the mania blurred my vision, stealing away my sanity and consciousness. When I finally snapped out of it, Rolf's office was destroyed. The chair was broken against a wall. His desk flipped over completely. Shattered glass covered the room. I took a step back, my breath shallow and uneven. Rolf, I turned to apologize, but the look on his face stopped me. One I'd only seen once before. Terror. And that's the prologue.
Woo. Y'all are not ready. Y'all are not ready.
Oh my gosh! I love it. Kayla! Sorry. Kayla!
What's up, Kayla?
Scream, slay, full body jazz.
I love it.
The audiobook. Dude, I haven't even thought of doing an audiobook, but that would be so much fun.
You could.
it is a different vibe. That's for sure. Oh, don't cry. I'm crying.
So how can all of these people support you, Taylor?
Well, if you would like to buy Venture Below and Venture Beyond, they are available on Amazon right now. I think the link is in the description of this video if you want to just click it from here. And it's available on Kindle Unlimited as an ebook as well as a physical book. So whatever suits your fancy, you can grab it that way. And then also subscribing here on the channel always helps, and watching some videos. The video I posted this morning, if you could watch it, it would mean so much to me. I talk a lot more about the process and I cry multiple times. So
It's a good video. You should all watch it.
oh.
Is it helpful for them to leave ratings and reviews?
Yes, it is super helpful, especially on Amazon. That pushes it to the top of the listing, especially when you search up Venture Beyond. So if you do read Venture Beyond or Venture Below, a review and a rating would be so sweet, as well as on GoodReads. That would also be awesome.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say?
I don't know.
Now's the time. Oscar speech.
I want to thank the Academy for choosing my book.
To become a
No.
Netflix documentary, multi-part series starring Henry Cavill.
I'm gagged. Stop. Stop. Oh my gosh, I would love that. I don't know, it just feels so surreal. I'm so happy that Venture Beyond is out and available right now and that you guys are reading it. My brain just can't even fathom that. And I'm also so excited for the third book, and I'm very, very passionate and on the edge of my seat. Like every time I sit down to write it, I'm so excited. And Natalie and I are making the outline together. I would say we're collaborating, and you're going to say it's a lot of me.
She's making the outline and I am there letting her talk and organizing her thoughts.
That's a great representation of what we're doing. And it's just, I'm so excited for where the story is going. And I feel like it's going to be a great conclusion to the Venture series. And just a little nugget to drop here. There may be a prequel in the future. So do with that what you will. I hope it is. I will say this has a bigger cliffhanger than the first book. So if you...
And you can thank Cody for it being even worse than it could have been.
Yeah, he definitely helped make it worse. Yes, really. Yes, really, 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 really. The cliffhanger on this one is actually insanity.
It's devastating.
You should be, Cody. Like this one is like intense. Like it leaves you on like a what just happened, and then this is like I need this character to be real so I can take a shotgun to them and be like, what did you just do? So do with that what you will, but they're beautiful and amazing and lovely, and that's why I'm trying to get the third book out for you guys by November. So
don't worry, y'all. I have your backs. I am trying to get her to write every single day. We're working on it. So
Elena! Yay! Hi, Elena. Welcome. Anyway, yes. You should be scared. You should be scared. I won't lie to you. But it's going to be worth it. It'll be worth it, I promise.
Yeah. Thank you, Taylor, for inviting me into your launch party and for having all these people here.
Yes, it was so much fun. I love you guys so much. Make sure to read Venture series, and I will see you guys in future videos. Again, Wednesday, I am dropping the title reveal for book 3. I'm so excited to be able to start saying that book out loud. I cannot say how much I'm excited for that. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Okay, bye, everyone.